Europe has a vaccine shortage, so why is it fighting with AstraZeneca? London CNN Business. The European Union has been locked in a very public and acrimonious fight with AstraZeneca over vaccine delays. The temperature may be cooled slightly after a meeting late Wednesday, which both sides said was constructive. But the problem hasn't been fixed yet, and the stakes for EU countries are high. These are the battle line. AstraZeneca says it can't deliver as many doses as the European Union expected. The European Commission, which ordered the vaccine on behalf of EU member states, said this is unacceptable, and the drug maker must find a way to increase the supply. The dispute is playing out against the dire backdrop. EU countries, including Germany, are running low in vaccines. The death toll is mounting, and the slow rollout of shots across the bloc is threatening a very fragile economic recovery from the pandemic. What is the latest? Tensions eased after Wednesday's meeting between AstraZeneca and the EU officials. EU Health Commissioner Stella Kyriakides said the discussion with AstraZeneca CEO Pascal Soriot had a constructive tone, but she requested more information from the company on its deliveries. We regret the continued lack of clarity of the delivery schedule and request a clear plan from AstraZeneca for the fast delivery of the quantity of vaccines that we reserved for the first quarter, she said on Twitter. The British Swedish company committed to closer coordination following the meeting. We had a constructive and open conversation about the complexities of scaling up production of our vaccine and the challenges we have encountered. We have committed to even closer coordination to jointly chart a path for the delivery of our vaccines over the coming months, a spokesperson said. The numbers. The dispute began on Monday when EU officials said they had been told by AstraZeneca that production problem meant the company would supply considerably fewer doses in the coming weeks than had been agreed. The European Commission has ordered 400 million doses on behalf of EU member states and is poised to start rolling them out across the bloc once the vaccine is approved, possibly this week. Pharmaceutical companies and vaccine developers have moral, societal, and contractual responsibilities which they need to uphold. Kyriakides told the reporter on Wednesday. The view that the company is not obliged to deliver vaccines is neither correct nor acceptable. EU officials have declined to specify the scale of the AstraZeneca vaccine shortfall, and the company hasn't given details. But the shock development came as the European Commission was still trying to assess the impact of Pfizer's slowing EU deliveries of the vaccine it delivered with BioNTech while a manufacturing facility was upgraded. What does AstraZeneca say? Solia told the Italian newspaper La Republica on Tuesday that AstraZeneca was not able to guarantee the timing of EU deliveries because countries such as the United Kingdom were quicker to finalize the orders. There are also crucial differences in the EU and the UK vaccine contract. The contract with the UK was signed first, and the UK, of course, said we supplied us first, and this is fair enough, Soriot said. 3 months later, when the European Union wants to be supplied more or less at the same time as the United Kingdom, AstraZeneca was not able to make that commitment. Our contract with the European Union is not a contractual commitment. It's the best effort. Basically, we said we are going to try our best, but we can't guarantee we are going to succeed. In fact, getting there, we are a little bit delayed, he said. The European Union was acknowledged signed it signed a best effort agreement with AstraZeneca. It's not clear whether EU officials have any more cards to play regarding the contract dispute. One EU diplomat noted that the European Union has been quick to start legal proceedings in the past, and it would be instructing lawyers now if it believed AstraZeneca had breached its contract. Why can't AstraZeneca make more vaccine or divert supplies? Sorian acknowledged in an interview that his company has had experienced the problem at one large manufacturing facility in Europe. He said the olive pace of vaccine production is often complicated, and the company is basically 2 months behind where it wants to be. Would I like to do better? Of course, but you know, if we delivered in February what we are planning to deliver, it's not a small volume, said Soriot. We are planning to deliver millions of doses to Europe. It's not small. Belgian authorities conducted an inspection of AstraZeneca's production facility in the country this week. The goal of this the goal of the inspections, which was requested by the European Commission, was to ensure that the delay in the delivery of the vaccines is indeed due to a production problem at the Belgian site, said the spokesperson for Belgian Health Minister Frank van der Broek. AstraZeneca said it has built more than a dozen regional supply chains to produce its vaccine, collaborating with over 20 partners in more than 15 countries. Which supply chain was developed with input and investment from specific countries or international organizations based on the supply agreement, including our agreement with the European Commission, it said. The European Union suggested on Wednesday that doses produced at AstraZeneca's plant in the United Kingdom should be used to fulfill its order. AstraZeneca said this can only happen once UK supplies has been delivered. As soon as we have reached the sufficient number of vaccinations in the UK, we will be able to use the site to help Europe as well, said Soliot. Why are tensions so high? The pandemic is still rampaging across Europe, and many countries are being criticized for slow vaccine rollout. Germany marked 1 year since the virus arrived on Wednesday, with the country showing no sign with the reduced infections. Earlier this week, Portugal reported a record number of daily deaths in 24 hours, Strict lockdowns are enforced in countries around the bloc. Meanwhile, vaccine supply in Europe are running desperately, desperately low. The German government expects the country to face the shortage in its supply of doses for at least another 10 weeks. Health Minister Jens Spahn said. The country has vaccinated only around 2% of its population. Germany's vaccine commission recommended on Thursday that the AstraZeneca vaccine not be given to people older than 65, citing a lack of data on its effectiveness in the age group, further complicating distribution plans in Europe's largest economy. The situation is also dire there in parts of Spain. The regional government of Madrid has decided to stop administering first doses of vaccines for the next 2 weeks due to a growing uncertainty over the supply situation. We need more doses urgently, said the regional vice president Ignacio Aguado. The European Union, national governments are coming under huge pressure as a result. We are in pandemic. We lose people every day. They are not numbers. They are not statistics. They are persons with families, with friends and colleagues, said Kyriakides. Luke McGee, Nia Kennedy, Claudia Otto, and James Flatter contributed reporting.